So, negotiations, right? It's one of my favorite topics. I can talk about it for hours. Uh, so, what happens is people, when I'm saying people, please, by default, it means recruiters at this point of
Sure.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, people these days do not understand that there's a difference between bargaining and negotiating. So, what people are doing is bargaining. How? इतना पैसा है मैं इतना दे सकता हूँ. you know so one of the major difference between bargaining and negotiation is that in bargaining only one party wins, both parties cannot win, right? In a negotiation, if both parties are not winning, it's not a negotiation. You cannot call
Correct.
it a negotiation. Second is bargaining is stick to money. Negotiation is a holistic package of various things, so that if one is less, the other is more, right? If the money is less, the flexibility is more, or something like that, right? Like it's a whole package of stuff, right? Majority of the recruiters these days, what they are doing is bargaining. They switch off their mind spaces the moment they get into a negotiation conversation. First of all, people need to understand that negotiation starts even before you make the first call to the candidate. I'll come to that. Just wanted to leave you there, right?
Okay.
That's one. Second is when you start doing negotiations, people will talk only about money. The candidate wants money, so they are allowed to do that. But you are a recruiter, you might or might not have the money wala part. So you need to make sure that you sell the entire package, right? And it has to be a negotiation. It cannot, you're not buying fish. It cannot be just 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 8 lakhs, 9 lakhs. It just takes away the entire flavor of negotiation. Now, coming to what I just said, that negotiation starts even before you make the first call. One of the things that have really worked for me always is doing very good research, and not just on our role but also on the competitors. So what I'll do is whenever I'll join a new organization, I'll sit down with the hiring managers and I'll ask them which are the companies wherein you think are the best competitors, where you find the best talent.
Hmm.
And I'll make a note of it. That's one. Second is once I have that kind of an information, I will write down the name of all the companies that they have mentioned to me. Third is I'll go on Glassdoor and Ambition Box and look at the reviews of all of these companies, the bad ones. What is it that they are doing wrong? Right. Compare it to what are the things that we are doing good.
Hmm.
Even before I'm getting onto a
Okay.
call, right? Compare, and let's say I see any X company which is a competitor to my company. They do not give work life balance, or they do not you know have flexible environments, and we have very flexible environments. We allow people to go from work from home, work from anywhere, stuff like those. I have got one selling point right in front of me, right? The moment, and if I have done my research, prior to starting to work on that particular role, more often than not, I'll get candidates coming from similar companies. If not, if any new company comes in, the moment I see the resume and go on Glassdoor and quickly read the reviews, takes 30 seconds. When you're starting off, it will take you 2-3 minutes, but not more than that. And once you're good at it, it takes about 30 seconds. I'll note it down that this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Not just one company, but probably 2-3 companies. When I go on a call with that particular candidate, my entire script will change basis on the type of company that they have worked for and what are the negative aspects of that company. So I'm not trying to sell my company. I'm trying to tell you what you have not got in your life and what I can give you, right? Which builds out which builds out a situation that people automatically gets way more interested about the opportunity that you have to offer. That is one. Now, rerouting it to the role. Whenever I'm calling a candidate, I never call up a candidate and tell them that I have a job for you, which is a very good match to you. Whenever I call a candidate, I will be very precise about the fact that I have multiple roles with me, wherein your experience matches to multiple one of them. And I don't want to bore you out talking about every single role here,
Okay.
because your resume looks good and I'm happy in putting you out. But the hiring manager for all five roles is same. So I cannot submit you for all five roles. I want you to tell me what you have done in your career and what is it that you want to do next. What you have done is important, but what do you want to do next is way more important. So be more specific about it. which number one doesn't allow the candidate to lie about their experiences, because I've not told them what I'm looking for. Instead, I get to know a lot of information about them, of what they're willing to do and what they have done. Once I have that information, I'll go back. You know, I have one role. I've looked at the resume. I know this guy is a match. So whatever he's going to tell me is going to match my role. It's just I'm not giving him or her a scope to lie. I'll note it down. I'll take it to my hiring manager, and not just with, "Hey, I found a resume." I'll say, "This is a resume, and this is why he's a good fit, because this is what he wants to do." That's why he'll not just like the role, but he'll stay for a longer time as well. He or she'll stay for a longer time, as well. Now when you have done the speaking with the candidate, right? You have told him about the role. You have made him very excited about the role, because that is what he wants in terms of the style of the company, in terms of uh, you know the type of the company you are, the type of role it is. Now, another mistake that a lot of candidates, a lot of recruiters do, is they oversell their companies. They wouldn't stop talking about all the good things that they are doing. What I do is I'll also tell them the challenges that they might face. Like, I'll tell them
Yeah.
that, hey, you know what, we have amazing flexibility. You work from anywhere, we don't care, but it will be a little difficult for people who are not very result oriented. Why? Because we are very focused towards the fact that, if you have to get this done, you get this done. We are fine with wherever you are working, but even if it takes 9 hours, more than 9 hours a day, it takes more 9 hours a day, right? So you don't just give them positive parts, but you also give a slighter view of the difficult things about your organization, which builds a trust between a recruiter and the candidate. Next up is, once you have done that as well, the candidates very well know about your organization and about the things that are going to go there. Now, when you're entering the last stage, wherein, let's say, the candidate has cleared all the interviews, you everything is good, you want to hire this particular candidate, a lot of recruiters will go and lie down in front of the candidate that, "Boss, you are everything. I want you." The hiring manager has said yes, and stuff
Yeah,
like those.
it's a big problem.
Don't do that. What I'll do is, the moment a candidate goes into that second level or third level of interview, I'll start finding backups right then and there itself, and have a couple of people lined up. And once that part is also over, and let's say I have to go into an offer, I'll go with not a mindset that I have to get this guy, but a mindset that, if you're coming, well and good. If you're not, I have about two more candidates that are willing to accept this offer and join today. So it hits that psychology of a person, that if they're getting something too easily, they don't
Hmm.
consider it
Yeah.
being worth. And if there is something that they have chances to lose out on, then they realize that
Hmm.
what worth that
Yeah.
particular role brings
Yeah.
into. It's just like breakups, right? Like, once the person is gone, you realize, and stuff like this. Once the role is gone, you realize, and stuff like this, right? So you go in. Before you talk about money, you talk about the things that you're going to give them. And I'm not talking about benefits or the money. You know what negative things they have experienced in their life. One of the things that helps me into my negotiation is a very simple question. Talk about two things that you absolutely loved about your last organization, and two things that you thought could be improved, which
Okay.
tells us what is it that he likes and what it is that he hates about the organization, right? More often than not, there could be generic answers, but you don't go away with generic answers. When they say, they give good growth opportunities, what is growth opportunities to you? Is it hikes? It is position? Is it responsibilities? What is it for you? So, you ask a lot of questions, open-ended questions, to get the answer to this particular question itself, or the two things that you like and hate. As ask so many questions that you could write down the person's personality by the end of the answer. Once you are there and you're getting into negotiation, you don't start out with money. You start out with, "Hey, we spoke about the entire role. We spoke about this and this and this. uh, I have three candidates that the hiring manager wants to offer, and the role is one. But you're the first person that I'm calling. Why? Because I believe that a part of the skills, you're a very good culture fit to the organization as well, because the things that you want is the things that we give. and the things that we want is other things that you bring to the table. So it's a very perfect match. Now, you said that you do not enjoy this, we are giving this. You said that you enjoy this, we give this. You said that you don't enjoy this, we don't do this. You give them a lay out the entire conversation that you have had with them since the beginning. Having said that, I remember you said that your expectations was X, but the amount that I have right now is this. But even before you get into that, whenever you are telling them something, let's say you have a remote job, you ask them, what does a remote job means to you? Oh, it means a lot. I'll get to work from anywhere. I love traveling, or blah blah blah. No, no, no. What does it means in terms of numbers? If I say that you'll have to leave money on the table to get that, how much money are you willing to leave? Get them to talk about
Okay.
numbers. Once you have gotten them to talk about numbers, it becomes very easy. So you said that you can leave 5 lakhs for a remote job. You said you can leave 2 lakhs for this. You said you can leave 1 lakh for this. Total, it's 8 lakhs. Your expectation was 16. I'm not asking you to come at 8. I'm asking you to come at 13. You're leaving out just 3 lakhs. You're still making 5 lakhs more. How does that sound to you? So you build an entire story around the candidate, and when you do that, you generally tend to build up such a rapport with the candidate that you'll still have backouts. I'm not saying you'll never have backouts. You'll still have backouts. You cannot control people. People sometimes all they care about is money, but it's better to lose these candidates than getting them in. If it's just money and nothing else matters to them, then it's better to let them go.